Hi there, Aquarius. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for the week of December 20th through 26th of 2021. So may I be the first to, well, maybe not the first, doesn't matter. May I just wish you a beautiful Christmas, hopefully surrounded with your loved ones, enjoying lots of good food and the warmth and love that we all deserve to have all around us and within us. That's my wish for you. Okay, so we have here, oh, not quite. We have here the guidance that's coming through from your angels for you for this whole week. And we're just getting the last of the cards out. We've got the mermaid cards first, and so there's 3 of those. And now we have the Archangel Gabriel cards. And there's 1 of those out. We'll get 2 more. And there's 1 and 1 more. So Archangel Gabriel is known as the angel of communication. So that's kind of the first bit of message, right, that always comes through. To be aware, I guess, of your communication and make sure that you're coming from a place of authenticity. That's what they're saying. Okay. All right, so let's start here. Oh, you have a beautiful change happening this week. Blessed change, it says. So, what does that mean for you? Let me just sink into that and see how it feels. It feels like kind of a change in plans that at first takes you by surprise, and you kind of go, no, right? Like you kind of do that because you don't really enjoy these, changes on a dime kind of thing. You don't like the surprises or whatever, but it will turn out to be a really good thing. It's maybe not what you planned, but Divine has other plans for us than we sometimes do for ourselves. So take it in stride as much as you can. Give yourself a bit of a time to come to terms with it and whatever else. But embrace it as much as you possibly can. And recognize the good things that come from that. Okay. All right. And so it might be kind of along the same lines. For some of you, this is the same topic as that change. For some of you, it's different. Get yourself an agent or a manager or some person who understands what this is that's going on, who can guide you, who can speak on your behalf, things like that. If this change is something that really is big in your world, because for some of you it will be big, for some of you it'll be teeny tiny, and so you'll barely notice, and everything in between, right? Because this is a group reading, and so it resonates a little different with everybody. So this, any part of this that doesn't resonate, it's fine. It's just for somebody else. Don't worry about that. Okay, so this is just, it's advice that whenever you're feeling out of your depth, ask around. Ask the people who do know that stuff to give you advice, to, sometimes act on your behalf while you're there giving all the permission, right? But they're doing the speaking or the writing things down or whatever, right? So, because that's, it's something that you don't necessarily know about yet. And so you don't want to be shafted or taken advantage of. You don't want to consent to anything that really isn't in your best interests. But if you don't really know if that's in your best interests, how are you going to cope with that, right? Instead of sitting there feeling uncertain and feeling like you're going to make mistakes, call the ones who know. That's that. All right. So during this beautiful holiday week, make sure you take a rest. If you're tired, go have a nap. Close the door. Let the kids be looked after by somebody else. Let the cooking be done by somebody else. Yeah, not always, right? We can't always get out of that. And sometimes it's a thoroughly enjoyable thing to do. But still, like, take your rest time. This is, it's a time when we all have a little bit of time off of work. If you spend that whole time off work running and chasing and, this, that, the other thing, even when you're enjoying it, by the time you go back to work, you're so tired that you can hardly do it, right? So take advantage of the time and have a little rest and just enjoy yourself, relax, have some tea, whatever, right? Yeah, let it count. Let it be restful. Let it be good. There's enough excitement in between that you won't miss out on that part. But definitely take your rest time. Okay. So it feels like, yeah, it does feel like you've been pretty tired lately and unmotivated. Feels like you're just kind of like coasting. Each day, the time is going by, and you're doing some routine things, and that's about that. And yeah, that's what that feels like. So when you're looking for more motivation, when you want to be doing more things, when you want to feel more passionate about things, first of all, they're just saying do some cleanses. Kidney cleanse would be a really good idea. All right. Also, talk to your angels, to your guidance team, and ask them for the motivation. Ask them for the energy, ask them for the passion and the desire to be doing different things. And then, the knowledge of how to look stuff up, how to look up what it is you could be going to do next, Maybe it's a class, maybe it's a craft, maybe it's a outdoor adventure, maybe, it's something, right? Ask for help with that. Ask around to your circle of friends, what things do you do in your spare time that really turn your crank? And, and get involved in that. Spend more time with friends. That helps always to get more motivated, right? That connection feels really good all the time. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. And, okay. So here you go. And this, can't tell what kind of thing this is, but they're saying, get ready and get started. It almost feels like it's this thing, whatever this is that you need some inspiration for and some motivation for. Get busy, get doing it. You're not helping yourself by procrastinating or by just not starting whatever's going on, right? Get going on it, get started, do a little every day or however that works, right? And until it's done, like it almost feels like it's in the day or two or three, whatever, before Christmas, it's like you're kind of going, oh my God, like I got no motivation to finish getting ready and all that stuff. Ask for help from your angels, and they're saying, get to it. Like they're kicking you in the ass, saying, get up and go do it. Just do it. You'll be very much happier with yourself after you've done that than if you let yourself still do nothing until the time is gone. Yeah, even when you're tired, like definitely take your rest time. You have to do that, of course. But in your time in between, when you do have time, you physically, you're not sleeping and you wouldn't be sleeping right now anyway. Don't just sit on your phone or watching TV or whatever. Like, get busy. Do this thing. Get it done. Because you will just feel so much better for that. You'll like it. You will like it. All right. Excuse me, I'm still just a little bit croaky from a cold that I had last week. Okay, and so when you accomplish things, and for some of you, this is related to what they were just talking about to get going on it, right? For some of you, this is a different thing. Feels work related, but it may not be. When you do the things and you accomplish the goals and you are, I'm not going to say a go-getter, but for some of you, that's true. But that's kind of not what they're getting at. They're just saying that when you're doing something well, at some point, there's somebody who says, hey, wow, are you ever doing good at that? Thank you. I appreciate that you're doing so well at that, and that you're doing it, without being coached, without being prodded, right? So there is a bit of feedback, right? Many of you sit there and, like, the word on here says recognition, and you don't really care about recognition. And yet, it's nice to be noticed for the good impact you're having, right? And so that's what this is. I apologize for my croakiness here. And so, keep doing the thing. So this feels like it's something you've been doing for a while, and you're just quietly going about it and doing it. And suddenly now there's going to be somebody saying, hey, thank you. I really appreciate that you did that. Now, this could be work related. It could be home related. It feels more work to me, but doesn't necessarily mean that's it for everybody. Okay. All right. And so now we have the daily guidance cards, and that card just leaped right out to give us, just kind of the general overview. Giving and receiving. Keeping in balance, getting into balance. When you give, it gets out of balance. And eventually part of you kind of goes, all right, I'm not giving anymore. I've done that until I'm depleted and I'm tired and I'm getting nothing back, getting nothing in return. I can't keep doing that. It is Christmas. Be prepared to receive gifts, love, recognition, motivation. Be prepared to receive and let yourself receive. Part of this is not only that you're giving all the time, it's that when somebody gives to you, you don't know how to just take it and say, thank you. I appreciate this. Makes you feel obligated or something. And you need to get over that. Get in the habit of when somebody gives you a compliment or a gift or a notice of something, recognition, or, anything. When somebody gives you anything, just say thank you and be heartfelt. You don't need to say, oh, and I love your necklace too, when somebody complimented you. Thank you. You don't need to return it immediately. You need to keep it. All right. That's beautiful. Nice messages for you. Aquarius, thank you so much for joining me. I want you to know how much I appreciate you and I love you. And I will see you next week.